And back on Talk of the Town, we've talked wine, so why not talk some beer? You know, let's keep the show moving in a good positive direction as we bring in Paul Hepp. You're from Fun Beer Tour Milwaukee,
Correct.
Is that right?
You got it, yeah.
Fun Beer Tours Milwaukee. I want to make sure I get the whole title in there. What exactly is that, and what tour concepts are you doing?
Well, we are based out of Milwaukee, and we are a brewery history and a craft beer combo brewery tour.
Okay.
And we essentially have two major concepts. One is going to be the brewery history. You know, Milwaukee obviously has a rich brewery history
Absolutely.
itself. So we're going to be doing those to showcase the brewery history of Milwaukee, but then also the craft beer combo series that we are actually going to utilize throughout the entire summer. And then we can also do private events. We are utilizing both a 14 and a 34-person shuttle bus, so we can customize, you know, any kind of trip that you actually want to do. And then something called a road rally.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with that concept.
No, not at all. What's that?
Well, road rally is one of those kind of, we've probably all done like a pub crawl or adult scavenger hunt kind of thing,
It's Wisconsin,
right?
yeah,
Exactly.
we've done that.
And so what this is, it's kind of that to the nth degree.
Okay.
And it's really meant for larger groups, anywhere from 15 to 50 people perhaps, and it's to celebrate a birthday or an anniversary or just to have a fun time. And we're based out of Brenner Brewing Company in the Walker's Point area of Milwaukee. And so from there, then you get a packet of clues, and you kind of just navigate around the neighborhood, what to do, where to go. There's no directions, but you got to figure out. You got to use your wits to figure out where to go. And it's a competition, so you can divide up into teams. And we do a theme of all things Milwaukee, so it's a lot of fun.
Very cool. Yeah, that seems great. Now, you know, Milwaukee, people have called the Brew City or the beer capital of the world.
Right.
What beer-related things are there to do in Milwaukee?
Yeah, we got just a little bit.
Yeah, right.
You know, I guess if you think of it this way, there's not probably a city in the country that has more brewery history than the city of Milwaukee. You know, everybody knows the big four of Schlitz, Pabst, Miller, and Blatz, but dating all the way back to 1840, we have over 100 breweries in Milwaukee history.
Oh, wow, okay.
Right? So with that, there's just so much to do and see as far as even today with like the Pabst complex. The Pabst has a rebirth now. There were originally 28 buildings, and there were 16 that have been restored or in the process of being restored, and then there's new construction as well. There's the best place at the historic Pabst, which was the old Captain Pabst corporate office. There's the Brew House Inn and Suites, which was the old brew kettle where that was stationed. And Jackson's Blue Room Pub is a great restaurant there as well. Schlitz Park actually has the Brown Bottle, the original restaurant, dating all the way back to 1938, is up and alive and well again. And then on the other side, you got the craft brewery scene. So right now, from downtown Milwaukee, there is 9 breweries within probably a 20-minute driving radius. By next fall, that's going to double up to 18.
Holy cow. Oh, I didn't realize all that. So, okay, so you could go on, you could take brewery tours yourself. Why go with you guys, and what makes you guys so unique?
Well, I think we're going to be unique in a couple capacities. One, you see, we got a few props here displayed. I also collect brewery artifacts, Milwaukee specific, and I try older the better. I like to go back to things 1800s. So what we're going to do is show and tell. It's one thing just to interact with the beer itself and drink that, and that's fun. Mm-hmm. But what we want to do too is to showcase Milwaukee's history by using some of the artifacts. And you want to take a look at some of these
absolutely.
here?
What have you brought us here?
Well, what do you think this is right here?
Okay, so I'm guessing, I guess it's a growler.
Right, so this is basically a Schlitz Hotel Decanter.
Okay.
So we're all familiar with growlers today. So this would have been back in the 1895, Schlitz Hotel was built. And then this would have been something that you would have filled up in the bar and then taken up to your room at the end of the night. And if you look at the very top here, it actually says...
Is that porcelain? It looks...
Right.
Yeah.
And it actually says the blank that made Milwaukee famous. So they actually blotted out the word beer during Prohibition itself.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so this is well over 100 years old. Over here, this is before Pabst is Pabst. It was actually Philip Best Brewery.
Okay.
So this glass, Pabst became Pabst in 1889. So this glass is actually from the 1880s. Look how well constructed that is.
Oh, wow.
Don't break it.
No, I want to drink beer out of it.
That's the idea, too. And finally here, well, first of all, the box itself is actually an artifact. So this is from the 1920s. During the Prohibition era, the breweries had to find different things to do. So Pabst, for example, did the cheese. Okay. So they actually had Pabst farms up by Oconomowoc. And then from there, they actually would age the cheese in the cellars that used to chill the lagers. So this has been one of the carrying cases. These all here are different ball knobs. So prior to Prohibition, by law, the tap handles didn't have to identify the brewery. And then after Prohibition, you had to identify which brewery was on which tap handle. So these were early day tap handles. So these are all from the 1930s and 40s. So you got
all cool stuff, Paul. I wish we had more time.
Sure.
Everyone's going to have to check it out on a tour. Book a tour. You can see it on the lower third. And thank you for watching Talk of the Town right here in CW57.